Hey guys, today I want to discuss the dilemma that everybody has in nursing school, and that is, do I work? And if so, what do I do? The job I have currently is bartending. I've had it for almost 4 years and I enjoy it because of the fun environment, the easy job, like easy brainless job, and fast cash in a short amount of hours. And then the job that I'm looking at is becoming a tech or a student nurse or a CNA. When I compare them, because that's what I do, I put them in a pros and cons column of each, and I measure how many pros and how many cons each job had. Now, they ended up being almost equal, so that didn't help me. But when you actually talk about it and like get other people's opinions, that's where it starts to all like come together. So I spoke to multiple people. I spoke to my parents, I spoke to my friends, I spoke to my nursing school friends, I spoke to people who already graduated and who are nurses currently, and I spoke to my boyfriend's family. These are the people who matter to me at home and the people who matter to me outside of here because they are currently in the field that I plan to be in. So when you talk about bartending, there's a couple things you need to keep in mind. It's easy, fast cash in your pocket, short amount of hours, a fun work environment, and you can be goofy the entire time, or at least I can be. When you talk about CNA, you're talking about long hours, you're talking about hard work, you're talking about labor. The one thing that you have to talk about is pay. You have bartending is going to be inconsistent and it's going to be cash in your pocket, and then you have CNA or student nurse, which is going to be consistent money, but it's going to be in a paycheck that you get every couple weeks. Can you do that? Go from one to the other? I'm not sure. And that's the problem I'm having currently. Well, I don't do well adjusting to stress. So that's something you have to consider when you're going through nursing school. Do you need to add another stressor? Because if you do not, and you don't do well with adjusting, then I suggest not doing it. For myself, I think that this quarter is a little bit better than the rest of them. So I'm in mom and baby right now, and it's not so bad. I think if I'm going to switch over, now is the time to do that, because it's not hectic craziness all the time. And by the time that I start the next quarter, we'll have Christmas off and I'll be able to work a little bit and get used to it and adjust before the next quarter begins. So this quarter, a lot of people are starting to discuss, like, should I start working or should I not? The one area I don't want to talk about is financial, because when we talk about bills and like being financially stable, I don't fit that category because I have a lot of support at home. So I don't want to speak on my behalf and tell you the wrong thing. I would definitely get a another opinion besides mine. So the reason I thought about becoming a tech was because obviously I want to get my foot in the door and I want to be more comfortable in the field that I'm going to be working in. The only problem I have is it's going to be long hours and it's going to be labor, and I'm going to be exhausted, and I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Is 1 year going to make a difference in the long run? Probably not, but do I want to do it any earlier? Not really. I enjoy being a bartender and goofing around, but at the same time, bartending for the last 4 years doesn't exactly look fantastic on a resume. Now, when I speak to other nurses and stuff like that, they speak about their experience. They don't speak about what they think was best for themselves. They speak about, I was a tech and I would have much rather have done this, or I much would have rather done that. Ask somebody who maybe is in school now and working alongside you in your studies, and see what they think. Granted, you may have completely different circumstances and you may not be as lucky as them and their career choice, but sometimes when you get a foot in the door and you become a nurse, you already have a promised job wherever you are facility wise. I do want to become a student nurse in the sense of I want to be more comfortable with myself, I want to be more comfortable with a facility, and I want to be more comfortable with working with people and bodily fluids. So this is probably the area I lack the most in, and I feel like no nurse is great at dealing with fluids unless they get their hands wet, if you know what I mean. So that's something I think would be great. And when you become a nurse, there's a million things that you have to learn and adjust to. And I think that may be stressful now for me, but it will take some stress off in the long run when I become a nurse and I don't feel confident and I doubt myself. I may be a little bit more confident because I maybe have been dealing with these drugs a little bit, or I've been hearing them, or I've been dealing with a couple of codes, stuff like that. I think it will break me in a little bit better now rather than later.
Okay, I don't know what else to talk about.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave a comment below and talk about your experience when you were in nursing school or the dilemmas that you have now.